on how to put together an amazing $1 million event, a profitable, highly experiential, because we have done it before. And for those of you who are out there, hello, I am Dr. Shanna Scott of Shanna Scott PR and Events. And I just want to make sure that tap, tap, tap. Is this mic on? Is it on? It is on. So Saturday night live stream. Hello, everyone. You can tell we're entrepreneurs, right? Because everybody else is about to be stepping out to their Saturday evening, and we're talking about business, and we're talking about how we can support you all in the midst of it all. So I have Dr. Avis DeWeaver here, one of my amazing, amazing clients, and I'll have her introduce herself to you all. So welcome, Dr. Avis. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Shanna. Super excited to be here. As you mentioned, my name is Dr. Avis. I am a Media to Millions mentor as well as a business elevation strategist. I am also the creator of Black Millionaire Coach Live, which I worked with you last year to grow that up to $1 million event. I'm so super excited about it. And we have another one coming up this summer. So, it's just been a great ride. I enjoyed working with you. I'm excited to talk with you about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. So, with that being said, I know, here's the thing, Dr. Avis, that some people are probably a little bit skeptical about because we have, as you know, you're very, very learned. You've been to school, you've been in the workplace, and people have been consistently saying to us, you work 30, 40 years and you'll make $1 million. But we did it in 3 days.
Yes.
Okay. So 3 days, 1, 2, 3 at your 3-day event. So what I'd like to do is just share with everyone the scope, the actual possibility and the power of live events and live event experiences. And with that being said, I'd like for you to share your thoughts about Black Millionaire Coach Live. And let me back up a little bit because in order for us to do that in 3 days and not 40 or 30 years, you had to have a certain type of business and a certain type of business acumen and a team. So let's talk about, have you done this before and in person, or have you done it live? And share with us your previous launches that brought you to this space.
Absolutely. So I was not new to the live event space. I had been doing live events for several years, starting off as a teeny tiny little conference room with just maybe a dozen people or so around the conference table. That's how it all started several years ago. It grew up into executing live events prior to the pandemic. It's interesting moving into moving into 2020. I finished my last live event at the end of 2019. And I said at that time, I was a little frustrated because I felt like I had spent so much money. Although I, ended up in the black, the hotel ended up with so much of the funds in terms of just putting it on. I just felt like the profit margin wasn't where I wanted it to be. And so I decided I wanted to look into online launching. I learned that skill. I was able to pivot my business online even prior to the pandemic. So that really helped me to be able to not miss a beat over the course of that period of time. However, once we began to understand how to navigate COVID a couple of years later, I decided I wanted to do another live event. And that's where our paths crossed. And with working with you, I had the most profitable event that I've ever had. And I had this big, fat, audacious goal of hitting 7 figures at the event. And what do you know? We did it. It was my first time ever having $1 million event. And it was an incredible experience.
Absolutely, absolutely incredible. And we had so much fun, and I'm just very, very excited about that. So, one of the things that we as event strategists, we formulate is one, is the event conversion formula. Content plus community plus connection equal conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And with the event, we did $1.2 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the unique thing about it. It was less than 100 people in that room. So if you could explain a little bit more about, how did we convert that room utilizing your amazing content and putting together an amazing community experience so they can connect with you?
That's a very good point. I mean, you're exactly right. After we took out my pre-existing clients who are already there and some volunteers and everything, you're right in terms of potential clients, people that were in a position where they could convert. It was under 100 people in that room, and so there are a couple of things that had to be in place for that to happen. First of all, I had high ticket offers. That's what I specialize in. I specialize in teaching others how to develop their high ticket offers and sell those high ticket offers. So I was not in there selling like, $2,000 products. I was selling high ticket offers, and it's easier to convert at a high level when you are in terms of the actual ending number that you get when you are selling high ticket. Which doesn't require as much volume to hit certain numbers that low ticket does. Okay, so that's one thing I had in my favor. I think another thing I had in my favor was that, I was doing this 3-day event with a particular formula that I have used in the past with live events. So I had a level of comfort with understanding the structure of conversion events. But I would say the secret weapon that I had this time that I didn't have last time was you. Right? Because this was the first time that I had done an event where I had used a event planner, first of all. And then secondly, I was especially interested in working with you because you were an event planner that specialized in conversion events. And because I understand sales, because I understand the dynamics of events like this, I knew that I didn't just want an event planner that just knew how to plan events. I really wanted someone who understood conversion because there are certain things that need to be put in place from the moment that people walk into the space that gets them primed to convert. And I didn't have to, not only did I not have to explain that to you, you took the lead in terms of your creativity with putting together those types of things so that I could focus on what I needed to focus on, which was the content that I was delivering from the stage. And I think that helped too, because in the past, I was trying to do it all. I was trying to prepare for what I was going to say on stage, but also I was kind of like my own event planner. And so I really couldn't focus as well as I really needed to on the actual content that I was delivering because I was just stretched too thin. Having someone to work with that understood those dynamics and could take that off my plate helped me to be able to show up better on the stage. And I know that the combination of that really helped with the conversion rate and helped to get us over 1 million with a fairly intimate crowd in the room. So I couldn't be happier.
Yes, absolutely. You were absolutely amazing. And I will say this to everyone. You definitely want to make sure that when you get on that stage, you are ready and ready to serve. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because as your event strategist, we are going to take care of all the back end details, just like we have. Now, and thank you, Dr. Avis. So with that, I was able to support you with all of the nuts and bolts.
Mm-hmm.
But there were some times whereas things got a little bit icky with the hotel, you
Oh,
know.
Jesus.
So if you could share a little bit about that, because everyone, when they saw you on stage, they were like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. But there was some back end stuff that were happening.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
if you could share with everyone my role with the issue.
Yeah. Her role was talking me down
Yes.
because I was about to snatch some people. Okay. But
Lord. The hotel, she means.
yes, the hotel. I'm
The
talking about the
hotel.
hotel, y'all.
Yeah.
Not the guest, obviously.
Oh, no,
They
not
were
the
wonderful.
hotel.
It was the hotel. So yeah, we had, prior to the event starting, we had run into some bumps in the road with the hotel in terms of some issues with them seemingly not living up to some of the things that they had contractually committed to. And I was none too happy about that. I'm really happy that you were there to take care of that and to run interference for me, because I may not have been to the event. I may have been, locked up someplace in DC. I don't know, but
Yes.
luckily you took care of that.
Yes, we did. And some of the things that we did take care of, it not only did making sure Dr. Aves didn't jack up the venue, but we were also able to save lots and lots of money on
Yes,
AV as well
yes,
as some other things. So if you
that
could
is so
share our
true.
negotiation power and
I have to speak to that because if you've not run a substantial event before, I need to warn you, and maybe, I don't know, warning might be a strong word, but I just want to let you know that one of
warm.
the most expensive, yeah, to warn you, okay, one of the most expensive aspects of having an event like this is the AV, right? The lighting, the screens, all of the sound, like all of those things. That's one of the most expensive line items in terms of what you'll be responsible for paying for in order to put on a quality event. Most hotels will require you to use their in-house AV, or charge you an exorbitant fee if you don't. And if you use their in-house AV, it is usually a greatly inflated price. And so I was glad that Dr. Shanna was able to keep us within our budget for giving me the quality of the event that I wanted, is just in terms of lighting and sound and all of those things, by finding out a way to bring in outside AV that put on, a great exhibit of all of those things that I needed, like everything that I needed to make the space nice, right? But she was also able to negotiate the hotel down so that I wasn't hit with the amount of a penalty that honestly I probably should have been hit with, given what they had in their contract. So, having someone that understands, number one, how to sort of talk around those things and negotiate you out of those sort of penalties, and at the same time have the contacts to be able to put you in with the right vendors that can give you the look and feel that you want with your event, is very important. It's something that I would not have been able to do on my own, because honestly, every other event that I've had to use the in-house AV, and it's always, I mean, honestly, you could buy a car for what they charge, really,
Absolutely.
so easily. So it's really great that you were able to do that, because I know that's something I wouldn't have been able to take care of on my own.
Absolutely. And thank you. Thank you. And not only that, we had like your event started on Friday. We
Hmm.
got in Thursday
Yep.
night because the contract wasn't,
Oh, that's right, because they
yeah,
had booked up
remember?
another event right before ours, and
Ex-
we couldn't get access to the space until late the evening before. So you and your team and the AV people that you were able to secure basically worked all night the night before to get the room set up, because we didn't have the time that we would have liked to have had in that space to prep it. So, that was amazing, because, while I was sleeping, you all were working. And so the day before, the conference room was kind of bare. And then the morning, by the time I woke up, it was already set up and ready to go and ready for sound check. So that was wonderful.
Absolutely. And we were on time because when Dr. Avis walked in at 7 a.m., I was cracking the whip and you were able to see your room.
Yes,
So,
it
yeah.
was amazing.
And I've got to say kudos to team as well, for working through the night. We really had a committed team that we put together
Absolutely.
and trained. Okay. Thank you. And another, like with logistics, because lots of times when people hear event strategist, they think event planner.
Yeah.
If you could maybe share anything that I have done regarding the marketing pre-event
Yeah.
or sales or anything that is outside the scope of a regular event planner. And how,
Exactly, because this is why it's so important that people understand that you are not an event planner, right? When you say that you're an event strategist, and specifically like an event conversion strategist, that's exactly what she means. Because what she brought to the table was the ability to uh, help with strategy around filling the room. I mean, most event planners, you're on your own, sis, when it comes to that. Okay. So it was wonderful that she had that expertise to understand how to do that. She also has sales ability. So she was willing to be on the floor before, during, and after in terms of closing sales personally, right? In addition to that, she really understands the concept of sales, broadly speaking. She understands the concepts of seating. For those of you who are in this space, you know what seating is. It's very important that that happens from the minute that people enter the atmosphere. And so, in her design of the actual aesthetic outside of the conference room, even before you got in there, she was already seating the attendees from the second that they got to the space. And so, from all of those perspectives, what she provided was a service that really helped to pave the way towards that 1.2 million that we hit during the event. And those are the types of things that, you know, I think most event planners, no disrespect to them, because event planning is a hard job. But if you don't understand sales events, they are not like weddings. They are not like other types of events. I mean, they are a very specific type of event with a very specific goal. And unless you have someone like Dr. Shanna who can intersect quality event planning with the understanding of sales and specifically the understanding of putting together conversion events, you are at a disadvantage. And so that's why for me, being able to work with her to hit this, what seemed at the time, and it really was and is, this big audacious goal of having a 7-figure event, it seemed scary. It seemed big. It seemed like, I don't know if we can do it. We're going to try. But I would say that with her support, it was something that ultimately happened. And I really think that it would not have happened had I had any other just, you know, quality event planner, but an event planner that did not have the level of dexterity in sales that she had. The both of us coming together really, I think, was essential for that outcome to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is very, very important. And I really appreciate you, Dr. Avis. And I just have two more questions for you.
Mhm.
As an event strategist, we have to manage up, which side and down. So if
Yeah.
you could speak a little bit to how, you know, I interacted with you, the team, the ambassadors, and all the way down to the vendors and the hotel.
Yes. I mean, that was amazing because honestly, like that's a full-time job. Okay, plus. Okay. So, you know, she really like rolled up her sleeves and she was there. I mean, she was participating with my sales team in sales meetings. At the same time, she was handling all the drama that was going on with the hotel that I was about to cut somebody over. Okay.
And
And
losing stuff. Losing stuff. But we
girl,
found
I
it.
was about to I was about to smack some people. I'm just saying. Okay. So you were handling that whole drama that was going on at the same time. You were out there, you know, as you mentioned, um, you know, coaching and preparing the ambassadors who were individuals that were volunteers, helping them understand what their roles and responsibilities were, making sure that they were pitching in terms of ticket sales responsibilities, but also in terms of on-site support and help. She coordinated all of that. She coordinated the on-site interaction with our guests in terms of bringing in her own team, but also meshing her own team with the team that I brought in to the conference as well, and making sure that they all work together well. And the beautiful thing is, I did not have to handle that at all. You know, my job was to show up, get well rested, make sure that I ate, make sure that I was prepared, so that I could focus on the most important thing. And the most important thing was giving people the information that they came to get. Right. And so that really took a load of stress off of me. And it allowed me to be able to provide the best possible experience for those people who have paid money and invested time in order to be there. I wanted to make sure that they got the best possible version of what me and my team could provide. And because we didn't have to take care of all of the 50 million other details that goes into producing a major event like that, we could focus on being the best that we could on stage and getting people what they paid for. And the combination of all of that was just plain magic.
Absolutely. And we're really honored to be able to support you because, that's one of the things we make sure is that, we protect your energy. So they're asking, where's Dr. Avis? Like, she's in the green room preparing for her next session.
I appreciate that. Yes. And that's very important because these events, if you've never done one before, they are energetically draining, not just, not just emotionally or anything like that. I'm talking about physically. I mean, you literally are tired. You're running on adrenaline, but these are very, very long days for you. There's, it's wonderful. You love the people that are there, but it is a lot of energy going out of you. And so when you get off the stage, you do need someone to be able to protect your space and protect your time so that you can rest, drink some water, get off your feet, grab a little bit of snack if you need it, be able to maybe review what you're going to talk about next. You need that quiet time because you want to interact with your folk, but if you didn't have that protection, you wouldn't have that time that you need to renew and become best prepared to get back up on that stage at 100% energy. You need that renewal time, and you're going to need the protection in order to have the renewal time. And so having you and your team there to make sure that we respectfully let people know once we stepped off the stage that, hey, we have to go back to this green room, and she'll be out for lunch. She'll be eating lunch with you. She'll have this opportunities for you to answer questions. But it allowed me once again to show up at my best, to be able to give my best to everyone instead of sort of coming on stage halfway tired at any point, energetically or physically, right? So that was a very important part of the process.
Very, very important. And we definitely made sure we had someone that was assigned to you to make sure you had your water. So we're excited. So lastly, when the event was over, my contract was like done.
Yeah.
The terms of my contract was fulfilled.
Yep.
Did I stop there? If you could share.
No, you did not. Yeah.
Because the hotel had a lot of bogus charges. They were like, you had wine and beer. I'm like,
I don't even drink. I don't drink. These people had charged my room with wine, beer, all these other things. I'm like, no.
And lots of people that got charged for room charges.
Oh my God.
And we detected it. And so if you could share just a little bit of how about that.
Yeah. So, this hotel, the issues continued after the event. And luckily, Dr. Shanna kept on the job. I mean, I did not have to worry about that. She was like, don't worry about it. We'll get everything fixed. We'll get the charges corrected. And she did. And she did not just for me, she did it for other people on my team and possibly other guests who had gotten these bogus charges from the hotel. She was able to go back and correct that. Even though honestly, she wasn't contractually committed to do that. So I just really appreciated that she went above and beyond the call of duty to make sure that at the end of that event, that all of the I's were dotted, all of the T's were crossed. And then you even went beyond that and helped me find the location for my next event, which of course was not going to be back at that hotel.
Yes. Definitely. BMC 2023. And we were able to save you tens of thousands on that contract.
Right. Yeah.
They were trying
it was about $45,000 from what their original quote, something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was astronomical, and we were able to negotiate. And we're honored because Dr. Avis, you do great work. You're out there, helping women, families become millionaires. So with that being said, if you could share with us, what's coming up.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. In July, we will be having Black Millionaire Coach Live 2023, and I'm super excited about the venue. First of all, we're at a different place, but
Gorgeous.
yeah, it's not just a different place, but even a much more better place. It's the we're at the MGM National Harbor in National Harbor, Maryland, which I'm super excited about. It's in my neighborhood, and it's in a space that I think is really quite special for, especially for Black people who really want to see what it feels like to be surrounded by abundance. This is one of the richest counties that has a large, rich Black population in the nation, and I want you to be able to feel that experience. So we are kicking off on July 20th with a Lux VIP day that also includes a yacht excursion and a half day of higher level training. And then the bulk of the event is the 21st through the 23rd. And you can grab more information and get your ticket at blackmillionairecoachlive.com. Plus, if you use the promo code Dr. Shanna, you'll get an additional 20% off for this holiday weekend. So we definitely suggest that you do that.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So we want to make sure that you all definitely attend this amazing event. It's in the middle of beautiful, beautiful National Harbor, Washington, D.C. It's out there. The hotel is gorge. The rooms are gorge. You're going to have an amazing time. And I personally will tell you that Dr. Avis will take care of you at your event. And when I say take care of, let me be clear. You will get amazing, amazing experience and amazing information on how you can become a millionaire coach.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, Dr. Avis, is there anything, if there's anyone out there that's probably saying, oh my gosh, Dr. Shanna, should I work with her or should I not? Is the investment worth it? What would you say to them?
Absolutely. Here's what I want people to understand when we're talking about events. I think you need to understand that there are things that you don't know, and what you don't know is going to cost you more than you will lose by investing in helping someone actually exceed what you even know is possible. Let me sort of pin that down a little bit. Investing in Dr. Shanna is going to make sure that you have the best possible deal with regards to what you can get at the hotel. It saves you time in terms of those negotiations. She brings in her expertise. She brings in her conversion ability. She brings in her ability to fill the room, which if anybody has ever had an event before, that's half of the challenge right there. And so what you're paying for is somebody who is going to be your team member, your partner all along the way in order to make your event successful. And there aren't many, let's just be very clear, there are not many event planners who, number one, have an understanding of specifically conversion events, and number two, have an understanding of having conversion events close at the $1 million plus level. I mean, that takes a certain set of skills. And that is something that is worth the investment because you get it back on the other end. I know that if I had not have worked with Dr. Shanna and I had done everything the same way that I have done it in the past, I would not have hit that 1.2 million. She really was an essential part of the team to make sure that that happens. And so if you're having an event and you want to make sure that you are able to convert it at the highest rate possible, having her on your team to me is a no-brainer.
Thank you.
You are
All
most
right,
welcome.
everyone. Today's CTA is go to Black Millionaire Coach Live. Go. All right. Talk.
And get Dr. Shauna for your event.
Oh, they will. They will. They will. I know you will because I've got you totally covered. Totally covered. But for those of you in the meantime, if you're looking for immediate information, attend this amazing event. Attend this. Let me, Jackie, can you make me the only person on the screen right now so I can look into everybody? Attend this amazing event. Love you guys. Take care, and we'll be back later. We'll see you Tuesday. See you all. Thank you.